Good evening. Welcome to the chat. Just making a few adjustments here. There we go. Isn't that nice? Okay. So for those of you who made it here, I'm a little bit late this evening by, oh my goodness, almost 20 minutes. So for those of you that could make it, welcome. And I think that I'm just expecting a couple of other people here momentarily. Sorting out a few things. Indeed. So let's see who's here. I'm not sure who's here on YouTube, but I'll find out in just a minute as soon as I get my other computer up and running. Yeah, one computer isn't enough these days. I have to have a couple of them in order to stay abreast of things. Yep. Okay, we're good. Go. Steve,
Hey, George.
how are you doing?
Oh, I'm better. I've been better.
Oh, what's up? What's happening?
There we are. My power's out where I am, so
Oh, really? What happened? Is
yeah.
it a construction or
I'm not
accident?
sure. I did hear fire trucks going by a couple minutes ago, so I'm wondering if it was an
Okay.
accident that took out a hydro post or something.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah, and I tried to set up my I have a gas generator to
Yeah.
see if it could power my Wi-Fi router, and the fuel line snapped off. So I got gas all over, and
Man, oh man, you're just not having good
yeah,
luck here.
no,
Well, I'm a little late today, obviously, and
yeah,
I'm just booting up my YouTube to see if there's anybody here on YouTube. Right now, there's only the two of us here to chat, so I've got some things coming up that you may be interested in. But
okay,
let me just fix this little thing here first.
okay,
Your channel. So I'm going to go to my live feed, get rid of this. Well, the whole idea behind a generator is for emergencies, isn't it?
yeah, yeah, and I'm SOL, so to speak.
So,
So it's I live out in the country, so the power does go out here quite a bit.
yeah,
So it's a little bit frustrating when it does because I have a sump pump and I'm on a well that needs power and all that sort of thing, right?
yeah.
So
Okay, now according to this, I should have a live feed in YouTube. I just can't find it.
yeah, I just got the notification for it.
Oh, I got it now. Okay, here we are. And just one person there. Don't know who that is, but it's good. So, yeah, so you're on your iPhone, is it?
Yeah, so I won't even be able to share any photos or anything
No,
like that. So, and
nothing.
I had everything ready too. That's what kind of ticks me off. Yeah.
Well, it looks
So,
like
just
it was
opening up my computer here.
uh this was the night for Murphy's Law, I guess.
I think so. Like I could try hotspotting the phone, but I would lose you
No,
if I did that.
yeah, don't worry
So,
about it. Don't worry. I think there's
okay.
only going to be the two of us here. We'll yak for a little bit and then we might call it a night. So what did you
Okay.
have?
So all they were was I had a couple photos, like recent photos that I took. They were just out. They were kind of like foggish photos. I was going to talk about skins I used to edit them. So they're the
Yeah,
same pictures I uploaded a couple on my Instagram. I'm not sure if you saw them or not. So it was just those, and then I was just going to go through a couple old photos from my Flickr.
yeah.
So, but that was it.
Okay. No, that would have been good, and maybe we can do
So,
something next week. What 29?
yep.
I don't think I've got anything else on the 29th. No, no. I've
Yeah,
got two
29.
two people next month on the 20th and 27th. Two guests coming
Hmm.
in, so that'll be good.
Okay.
The one guy, I don't know if you saw the little marquee that I did for him on my Facebook, but he takes photographs of. He's a nature photographer, but he does photographs of amphibians and fish, and he does these
Okay.
shots
Yeah.
where he's half submerged, so you see the fish underwater, but you see the landscape above.
Okay. Yeah, I did see the preview for that.
Yeah, so that's kind of
Cool.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Did that girl get back to you with
No, not
the
yet.
boudoir photos?
Yeah,
Okay.
not yet. No, I might um, because I got in touch with her through Messenger, but I think what I'll do is I'll go to her website and email her.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Did you talk to her? Did you?
Yeah, I did. I could probably send her another message if you want.
Yeah, probably wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
She might be busy, but yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. The other interesting thing is that this program that I have, it allows me to obviously send a feed to YouTube, but it also now allows me to send a feed to Instagram. And
Oh wow.
On Instagram, it gives a vertical picture, okay? And um, but what I have to be careful of is uh, in the vertical picture, you don't get this whole expanse here. But if somebody
Hmm.
shares a photo, it'll come beneath the vertical picture and it'll show the whole photo in Instagram. So it's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't. No, I'm not going to switch now. But
Okay.
maybe I'll call on you to try this someday, some evening, or maybe on the weekend or whatever. Uh,
Yep.
you can see what it looks like and how it works on Instagram because I have no idea. Because obviously, if I'm transmitting, I can't. Well, I guess I could be watching on another computer, but it's always better to get
Mhm.
feedback from somebody else who says, "Hey,
Yeah.
that
Yeah. I'm up
you
for that.
know, okay, good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So
funny. Not only do I have no electricity, but my cell service is kind of lousy right now. So
yeah.
it's
Well, you don't have
everything's
Wi-Fi,
yeah,
so
yeah,
so
no
you're on
Wi-Fi, and
cellular.
then
Yeah.
yeah. So, but it's weird that oh, I got 3 bars now instead of two. So
Oh,
I
okay.
keep moving around there, different parts of the
Yeah.
house to see
Yeah.
which works better.
The interesting thing is that we have no idea how much we depend on these digital devices. Even my landline isn't a landline anymore, really,
Yeah,
because I plug it into the modem, right? Um,
yeah. It's like
so
a
if
VoIP
yeah,
thing now.
yeah. So now, if you know, if the cell towers go down for any reason, uh, be it an accident, be it a bug, be it whatever, a war, hope not, but
Yeah,
you're out of communication. You are. So I've been thinking that because back in the day, I used to have what was it, a 40 channel CB?
yeah,
I don't have that anymore. So that was a good way of communicating with other people.
yeah,
If all the other ways of communicating got lost. As a matter of fact, one thing that I got a little while back, because I've always been interested in stuff. Matter of fact, right now I'm learning Morse code, believe it or not.
oh my God. Wow.
So I'm having fun with that. And what I did is I got myself a shortwave receiver.
Oh wow. Here, I'm
So
going to
now
show you something too.
yeah.
Let's see if I can tilt my phone. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if you can, maybe I can, no, I can't flip the camera around. So
Oh yeah,
there's my newest shortwave.
yeah. Is that a receiver or
So
transceiver?
there's that. It's just a receiver.
Okay.
So there's this one, and then I'll just go across here. There's all my other radios. This is a CB radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a CB. Here's the rest of my short waves, and then there's my other big short wave.
Oh
So
crap. I'm jealous now. I'm jealous. What can I say?
yeah, yeah, it's neat. It's a neat hobby. My
Yeah.
YouTube channel is actually about shortwave radios, and
Okay.
I got hundreds, thousands of hits on just a handful of videos I've made on them.
Yeah.
So
Oh, hey, you're
yeah, but
doing
that's
good.
cool.
So, how many subscribers do you have on that channel?
Uh, I think I got 151. So, which is not too bad for just these silly radio videos that I made.
Yeah. Well,
So
I
it's
gotta, I gotta
the
go. I gotta
Guitar
go
Man
see it.
account.
I gotta go see it,
Yeah.
and I'll subscribe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's Guitar Man. That's the name of the
Okay.
whatever the channel.
Well, there's
So
not much action, not much action happening here. I'm just gonna go out of YouTube on my other
yeah.
computer here and
Mhm.
look for Guitar Man.
Yeah.
Get it?
And it's Guitar Man with two N's on man.
Oh, okay. That
Yeah.
helps. And uh, is your icon a guy with a guitar?
It's just a guitar.
Okay, let me scroll down here. One word?
Yeah, it's one word.
Yeah, I'm surprised David's not here,
Yeah.
but I think with the weather,
Oh, my power just came back on.
oh, lovely.
Yeah, and the first thing that came on was my sump pump.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah.
Why can't I find you?
Um, I you back.
Again here. MANN?
I sent a message in the chat box on YouTube for your photography chat,
Okay.
and that'll be my profile there.
All right. I'll go back to that. Guitar Man 4121.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's it.
There we go. I'm just going to subscribe. Yeah, done. I'll look at that later, but that
Okay,
looks
thanks.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah, I was surprised on the amount of hits I got just for such basic videos. Like I talked to people, I showed people how to make a homemade antenna for shortwave
Yeah,
listening, and that video so far has the highest amount of hits, like 6,000 views or something like that.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to look at these. That's fantastic. Yeah, you've got a lot of hits here. That's for sure.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
haven't
good. Yeah.
uploaded anything in a while.
What's that? Sorry.
I all I said was I haven't uploaded anything in a while.
No, but you've got like on your like there some of these have like 6.8 thousand views.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never would have thought.
So at 6.8 thousand views, let's see, you've got 198 subscribers. That
Well, I have even more.
198 is what you have according to this,
Yeah.
and you've got 23 videos. But I'm surprised that with that many views, 6.8K on one, 7.1K on another, 5.3K on another. I'm surprised you don't have like the same amount of subscribers.
Yeah, I was wondering about that myself. Like I guess you got to keep up.
Yeah.
at it, right? Like uploading new content and stuff. I haven't got around to it. I don't claim to be an expert on those radios at all, but for some
No.
reason people just they like my videos. I don't know why.
Well,
So, but
probably because they're good, you know. I
yeah,
mean, for the most part, a lot of the videos that I have, because I look at a lot of different videos, particularly about photography, and sometimes about, repairing odd items that I need repair myself. So DIY kind of things. But I have found that, like first quarter of the video is them talking about nothing or just about,
yeah,
yeah, I don't know. And I think I really respect videos that get right into it, like,
yeah,
right away.
same.
You want to learn about this? This is it. I don't have to talk about other stuff and shit. At the end, I can, where I say, hey, give me a like and subscribe. And, and I have found out like a long, long time ago when I first started my own business that if I didn't tell somebody to call me, they didn't call me. So usually
Yeah.
all of our advertising, everything that we sent out, it said call this number. And if you don't say that, people don't call. But if you say call this number, they'll call.
Mhm.
And the other thing is, if the videos aren't like excessively long because the guy's long-winded, that helps.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. A lot of my videos I kind of got straight to the point, right? And I wanted to keep them interesting, and
yeah,
you'd be amazed at how many takes it requires to get like a good video. Like I find myself screwing up, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to say something like relevant, like an important piece of information, right? So I've
yeah,
had to do another take and edit the video, and so. But yeah, I'm the same way about the whole long-winded thing with
yeah,
some other videos that you try to look up. Could be anything, how to change something on your iPhone, and these people get into this huge explanation over nothing, and you end up skipping more than half the video.
yeah.
So, but yeah, and yeah, just stuck to the point.
Well,
That's all.
yeah, I'm going to look at these
So,
because they look interesting, and I am interested. I mean, ever since I was a kid, uh, I, you probably don't remember, but uh, Heathkit,
what was it?
Heath,
So,
Heathkit radios, and they made kits, and I actually built a shortwave radio from a kit, but it was a tube radio, right? So it was
wow,
it was when I was about 12, 13, somewhere in there. I built this shortwave
that,
radio, and I started shortwave listening. And then I got interested in QSL cards, and I started sending the radio stations that I listened to um, letters because no internet back then, right? I sent them letters as to what time I listened and what the program was, and they would send back a QSL card. I had QSL cards from all over the. I had a QSL card from Moscow.
wow,
So that was something, and I had a whole wall of QSL cards that I listened to various stations around the world.
yeah, yeah. They still do that a lot of guys. Like, there's a lot of ham radio operators that I'm gonna say,
Your
oh,
audio is breaking up.
yeah, it's not here. Here, give me a sec, George.
Okay, let me see. Yeah, still breaking up a little bit. How many bars do you have? Well, you always surprise me, Steve, with this radio thing. You really surprised me. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. There we go.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can, and it's clear, and you're on. Anyway,
Okay.
what I was saying while you were gone is that you
Yeah.
always surprise me. I had no idea that you were into this stuff,
Yeah.
and because I have a friend of mine, we have a coffee once a month somewhere, usually at the same place at Williams here in Brantford. But and
Yeah.
he's a ham operator, right? And he's been a
Yeah.
radio amateur operator since you know Noah's time. And he was also with the Air Force where he was in communications. So he was all
Mhm.
over the place, and he started with teletype.
Yeah.
And I still remember
Wow.
teletype machines.
Yeah. Yeah. Not me.
So he's still operating, and he's the one that when I started taking, and I told him I'm going to learn Morse code, and he said, "What?" And because he's the coder, and
Yeah.
he has an actual collection of keys, right? And I'm just looking. He gave me a key. I'm looking for now. What I'm looking for, I'm kind of searching on the internet, is an oscillator, a
Okay.
Morse code oscillator. Um, and again, Heathkit. I built a Heathkit oscillator way back when I was a kid. Then I kind of lost track of everything like that. And who
Yeah.
do we have here? Okay, somebody else has just joined on YouTube. Hey,
Okay.
that's fantastic. And if you just joined on YouTube, let us know who you are and where you're from. Um, I think that's important for us. Right now, it's just Steve and myself. Nobody else has come in, and we were just chatting about some of the interests that we have in common, including shortwave listening or shortwave radios. And we're talking about communications, and I was saying that, man, these days we rely on cellular so much. If the cellular network goes down, how do you communicate with anybody? And
Yeah.
that's why I said I've been looking at on buy and sell. I've been looking at um, CB radios. Get a used one. Maybe a 40 channel with single sideband.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's got the single sideband, it'll be a little bit pricey.
Yeah,
So yeah, and I think that would have to be like more of a ham radio transceiver. Or I'm in back in my regular room now that I got electricity here. So, but yeah, here's my CB. It's just a
okay, yeah.
Uniden,
Well, I'm
just a
familiar with
U.
Uniden.
Yeah, it's just a handheld. The range on it isn't that good, but it works. Like I can pick up a lot on it.
Yeah,
And I have another regular CB radio down in the basement, and I have an antenna to mount on my roof
yeah,
when the time comes. But
yeah. Well,
but
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, going back to the uh, how can I say, if we lost all that technology, like the modern cell network and all that, I was told by somebody that it would be the ham radio operators that would take over because
Exactly.
there'd be phones, right? So,
Yeah,
because they're still running analog power and using analog signals and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And worst comes to worst, Morse code.
that's right. So, and I don't, to get your ham radio license now, they've changed it that you don't need Morse code anymore.
No, that's right. But I just,
Yeah,
I have this thing about I want to learn it. I don't know why. I think it's cool. That's all.
yeah.
Uh, One of the things that came with this radio, I'll show you, is this thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Okay.
the antenna.
Yeah. So this plugs in here. This plugs in
Yep.
and it's supposed to come out. You can just reel this thing out. And of course, I live in an apartment, so I can't be running wire outside.
Yeah.
Although I
If
suppose, yeah,
what,
go ahead.
sorry.
I said, I suppose I could put it in the window and lower it down and then take it back up when I don't need it.
Yeah. If you check out my channel, one of my like a couple of the videos are on antennas, right?
Yeah.
There's one in particular that would work good in your apartment there.
Okay.
So
I'll have to have a
it's
look at it.
yeah, it's a USB powered antenna. It's called an MLA 30. It's a magnetic loop. So it's really good. And it's easy to use too.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have a look at that.
Yeah. And there was something else. Oh, before my audio cut out about the QSL cards. So they still, a lot of guys still do that.
Yeah.
And it's the ham radio operators do it. And same with like shortwave stations. And now it's all by email. You just email them. Can you just tell them the time and everything, what frequency you heard them, and then
Yeah.
they'll send you out one of the cards. So, and we're kind of going through a little bit of a rough time with AM radio and shortwave radio. A lot of stations are closing up,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So it's kind of sucks. Like, I don't know if you know this, but Environment Canada's weather radio service, as of like 3 weeks ago, no longer exists.
Huh.
It's kind of brutal. That's more like a higher frequency, not short wave, but it would be on the weather bands. So they're yeah, they're shutting a lot of them down and they're using the frequencies for other things. So it's sad.
Have
It's
you
like,
uh have you ever listened to in England the naval? I think it's the naval, or is it? It's the naval weather forecast.
oh,
And this
Shannon Volmet.
and this guy just talks and talk. It's like a drone. You can use it to go to sleep with.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
think so.
yeah, uh, kind of interesting. I don't know. Someday maybe I can call on you to tell me about a few frequencies that you found interesting. I'm
Yeah,
still searching on this thing. Um, I only found one frequency where they do code wave, and I know there's another frequency where they do slow Morse. So, they do it
okay.
at, I don't know what it is, 6 words a minute or something like that,
Yeah.
or 10.
Um, yeah, I know a bunch of frequencies. So does your radio have single sideband on it?
No, I don't believe it.
Okay.
Well, wait, maybe it does. And I
It
just have
might,
it new.
because
It's
that's
fairly
kind of a
new.
good radio.
Hard to read this stupid thing.
Yeah.
It's got SSB.
It does? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah,
And
you
that
can pick
helps.
up. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can hear all the ham bands,
Yeah.
military bands and stuff like that. There's one, I don't know if you got a pencil nearby, 3330 kilohertz, of course.
333. 30
Yeah,
kilohertz.
kilohertz.
Okay. Yeah. What is
And
that?
that's the Canadian time signal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a neat one.
Yeah.
So there's that one, and then the US one, which is out of Fort Collins. It's every, see, this is where I'm kind of screwing up my math here. It's every, is it, oh man, it's every 5,000 kilohertz. So what is that?
Okay.
Every 5 megahertz.
Yeah.
So it starts at 5,000, and then there's another one at 10,000,
Yeah.
and then 15, 20, and I think there's even a 25. The 25 is for like daytime listening.
Yeah. Um,
So that's one to check out.
yeah. Of course, remembering when I was doing a lot of listening way back then, I remember that one of the things that really governed how good the signals were, of course, sunspots or sun
Yep.
flares. And I don't know what the situation is these days, especially with the way the condition our ionosphere is in, you know,
Yeah.
whether the signals bounce as well as they used to.
Yeah. They come in pretty good still.
Yeah.
So it depends on all that, right? Like the solar flux and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, Usually the winter time it's better. And then at night, of course, when the sun isn't there ionizing the atmosphere too much. And solar flares will ionize the atmosphere, and signals propagation sucks when
Yeah.
that happens. Um,
Well, I know that, let's see. Yeah. I'm going to have a look at that antenna that you've got on your uh, YouTube page. That's for
mhm,
sure. I know that this radio that I got, you know, wasn't one of the most expensive ones, but it's a fairly decent one and has some nice features to it. And it's
yeah,
got, I've been listening to here in Brantford. I've been listening to the airport, so planes coming in and going out. I've got
yeah,
that, and outside of that, I haven't done a whole lot with it. I'm still reading the instruction manual, and these things are getting to the point where, yeah, the instruction manuals are pretty thick because of all the
yeah,
features that are packed into it. And um, it's got quite a few nice little things. It's got a little stand on the back, so it stands at an angle, and so creature comfort's got
mhm,
a built-in antenna and timers and alarm clock, and
yeah,
it's got RF gain to it. I sold a lot of my stuff way back when. Let's see, that must be, let's see, 20, 30 years ago. I sold all my CB stuff. I had portable CBs, and I had one in the car and one at home, a base station, and so I was quite active with that. So I had a single sideband CB. So what is that? 20 watt, I think. Is No, what are CBs? I can't remember. 5 watt?
uh, I forget what it is. There's like some kind of limit on them.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
can't remember off my head.
and of course there was a shop here in Brantford that it was a great CB shop because the guy was, excuse me, a bit of a technician, and he would uh, he would sell these boosters uh, for truck drivers so that they could get. But one of the things I was saying that even with my built-in base station, um, I was able to get on a good day, good evening. I can't remember, probably evening. Um, CB operators from Mexico and South America,
Yeah,
you know, every now and then.
yeah. It you still catch it.
Yeah,
So there's one guy, he's always on the trucker channel, so 19.
yeah,
And you could actually pick up CB on that radio you got there, uh, just for listening, of course.
yeah.
But yeah, there's a guy down in, I think he's in New Mexico, and he goes by the call sign Mud Duck, and he's always on there. And you can hear him like here in
Yeah,
Brantford, Hamilton. You could hear him as clear as day because he's running some like big time power
yeah.
with his CB radio. So I forget what they call that, barefooting, I think, when
Okay.
they soup up these CB radios.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
he's one.
there's I don't know if you've ever driven on 24 from Brantford to Cambridge. On the
Mhm.
right-hand side, there used to be a guy all around his house were towers and antennas, and he moved, so those are gone. But I see them somewhere else now. So wherever he moved to, he took all his towers and antennas, and uh, because when I was doing my shortwave listening, I was actually almost going to go for my ham license, and I can't remember exactly what happened, but something else took my attention. But um, I was going to go on the 2 meter band. That was one of my favorite bands. A lot of local hams were on the 2 meter band, and I built my own stacked Yagi antenna out of uh, other TV antenna parts. I measured it all out, and then I put a tower up. So I was really doing a lot of listening on the 2 meter band.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fun. And like I was saying there with my YouTube channel, like I can't believe that the whole purpose of my YouTube channel was mostly just to watch stuff.
yeah,
And then being guitar man, I was going to upload some guitar videos, but I decided to do these radio videos and they took off. So I haven't uploaded anything else on my YouTube channel other than just the radio stuff.
yeah,
So I might have to change guitar man to radio man. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, maybe you will. Well,
Yeah.
we've got a couple more people watching on YouTube,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you what. Do you still have those images kicking around that you can load?
I think I do.
Wonderful, because if you could do that, then the people that are watching on YouTube would probably enjoy it instead of talking about radios and shortwave and all that stuff. I know that I find that interesting, but since we're
Yeah.
all about photography, let's do a little bit of photography.
Yeah. All
So
right.
let's
And
see
boom,
what
there's
you have here. Okay, hang on. I'm just going to
yeah. Oop.
get rid of that.
Yeah, it's showing we have 3 viewers on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Okay. Send to back. There we go. You're on.
Okay, yeah, so that's the first one. I took this in Puss Lynch, Ontario. I took that a couple weeks ago with the new camera that I recently bought. I bought a new lens for it as well. So I was going to get my income tax done. My accountant is out that way, right? So it was a foggy, misty day, and I thought everything looked quite nice with the fog. So I wanted to get some pictures of it, and this is one of them that I caught. Railroad tracks here, and I used a plug-in pack that I bought online. Uh, my memory isn't too good these days. I forget what they're called, but one of their big filters that they promote, they call it black. So they got black and espresso. So they're like these presets. I
Uh-huh.
think it's a plugin, but they're like it's a bunch of presets for either Lightroom or Camera Raw that they sell. I think it was $30 I paid for it, and I got uh it was at least 100 different presets. So, and
Hmm.
I used it on these, and I thought they turned out quite nice. I'll pull up another photo here of the lone tree in the
Yeah.
field with the
Yeah.
mist.
That's a classic.
Yeah, To me, they turned out quite nice. Like the editing worked out good, and once I uploaded them, they look too nice. I might
Yeah.
print them. So I might print them in like a little set of 4 or 5. So that's
Have you
the
ever thought of
lone.
cropping this one into a vertical shot?
Yeah. So I did actually take a vertical shot of that, and it looks identical, but I just never uploaded it because on Instagram, it kind of screws up the
Yeah.
aspect of all your photos, right? So I just uploaded everything in that landscape mode just to keep everything uniform.
Right.
But yeah, I did. I took it like in um, the portrait way, and it looks good.
Yeah.
So
Good. Good.
the one there, and got a couple swamp ones. One of them I lost while we had that technical difficulties there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one. It's kind of a bog. This is up just off of Highway 6, in Puss Lynch. So just south, yeah, I guess it's just south of Morriston. So south of the 401. There's all these little marshy areas in and around there, and it captured this one with the trees and the fog and mist and all that. So not anything spectacular, but I thought they turned out nice.
Yeah.
Um, Might have one more with a little bit of water here. Yeah, there's that guy there. Couple birch trees and some submerged other trees. And I use that same preset. Um, I apologize for not knowing the name of it. So
That's okay.
yeah, they're pretty good. They're not bad. I know you can make your own presets. Like you could save your own presets in either Lightroom or Camera Raw. So sometimes I don't really have the patience for that stuff. So it's nice to have something that's already done.
Yeah.
So I'll show you if you don't
This
mind.
kind
I
of
can.
reminds me. There's out by Burford, there is a swamp much like this, and
Okay.
it's really eerie because the trees are actually dead in the
Yeah,
swamp. So it's like otherworldly.
yeah. I like that. You see that classic photo, the dead trees in the swamp,
Yeah.
and to me they look really good in like infrared
Oh, I'm sure.
or
Sure.
black and white.
Yeah.
So I'll
Yeah. Well,
show.
there isn't much color there, I can tell you that. There might be now,
Yeah,
but yeah.
yeah. So I'm doing a little project right now with just taking images in and around Hamilton, like the industrial areas and more the north end of the city.
Yeah.
So I kind of touched on it a couple weeks ago. I'm still active at doing it. I've been busy with a lot of things these days. So this one is just off of Strathern and Nikola Tesla. This I used one of those same preset filters to edit this photo. And kind of a funny little story about this picture here and the next one I'm about to share is the camera that I used. So here's one of the old Stelco buildings down in that area. This is off of, I'm not sure if this was off of Ottawa Street. I forget where this one is. So I went to Bell Art to buy the new mirrorless camera, and I bought a lens with it as well. While I was there, I was talking to them about doing a consignment thing or a trade-in. It was consignment what I was asking them about because I got a couple older digital cameras I want to get rid of, a couple older DSLRs. And one camera I was asking about was this guy. It's a Fujifilm X100. So I've had it for about, I think I bought it 10 years ago now. It kind of looks like a rangefinder camera. It's got a fixed lens on it and everything. And I bought it to do street photography in New York City. Went on a couple vacations down there in 2016, 17, and 2019. And I haven't used this camera since then. I've, I don't know. I kind of find it, I don't want to say it's hard to use, but it's not as quick to use this as either my mirrorless or my DSLRs. So I asked the guys about doing a consignment on it, and right away their ears perked up. They're like, "Oh, what kind of camera is this again?" And I says, "It's the Fuji Film X100." And apparently these cameras hold their value and they're very sought after. It's something I didn't know. And I made a little jab at the camera. I says, "Well, my iPhone can take better pictures than this camera now." And I, I got to talk to them, and I got to say they're right. What he said, their response to me is no way. The X100 and the other generations after this one, this was the original in that lineup. They still make it. I think they got a Fujifilm's got like a 45 or 50 megapixel version of this now, and it's up there in price too. It's at $5,000.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he said, yeah, no, this takes much better pictures than your iPhone. And you know what? He's right. So that last photo there, I'll share one more here. These were taken with this, the X100. So, and I thought he's right, they turned out quite well, and I'm no longer selling this camera. I'm gonna keep using it. So
Yeah.
So they're neat. I like it because it's kind of compact and you can slip it in your pocket while doing street photography and that sort of thing, right? So, and it's got a built-in flash and it's got a hybrid viewfinder in it. It's a mix of like optics and just like what a modern mirrorless camera would have. It's got the digital viewfinder in it.
Yeah.
So but yeah. So, and I think I got one more here. I don't know if I might have shared this one already. I don't remember.
Yep.
Yeah, I did this one. Yeah, so this was taken with that camera too. So, but yeah, so those are my newest photos, and I'm gonna have more to come soon. I was actually out your way in Brantford on the weekend, taking pictures of the old Massey Ferguson plant. So, got a couple photos from the ground, and I'm going to be heading back out either this week if I can, or this weekend, take a couple more pictures and they'll be uploaded. I kind of want to do the whole, I don't know the correct words for it here, but like want to touch on the past Canadian like industrial and manufacturing in this area. Because
Right.
with all that's going on right now, like politics in the world with protectionism and tariffs and all this stuff, I kind of got my interest going a little bit, and I want to take pictures of what we used to do here and put that out there. So just a little history lesson, little sentimental thing.
Yeah.
So
Well, definitely it's less manufacturing and more warehousing than anything else. Even here, they're building huge complexes, but a lot of them are logistics warehouses and so on. Uh, it should be manufacturing. More and more manufacturing is what we need. Bring it
yeah,
home, so to speak.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, I agree. So no, but that's what I'm going to be doing photography wise in the next few months. I started on it in the winter, uh, just with a couple of my old film cameras. So I'm gonna get a whole big series and publish them. So
Yeah.
publish them either here, Instagram, Flickr. So
Yeah. Well, one of the things that you should get a look at, because I really like chatting with you and I love looking at your photographs, is you should get some sort of lighting system to light your face a little bit more.
yeah, so because of that power outage, I have everything turned off.
Yeah.
But normally, yeah, there we go. I got some
Oh,
lights
oh
here.
yeah, yeah,
So Yeah, and my main light isn't working here. I was thinking about getting a ring light.
Some sort of lighting system.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting a ring light or something like that for this. And I don't know if you're using one or not, but you're well lit up.
Yeah, no, I'm using an LED light, um, and from Amazon, and it's about 6 inches by 8, something like that. 8, or it's not quite a foot, but you can dial in different temperatures. So right now I've got
Okay.
it half tungsten and half daylight, so it's a bit of a mix, and
Yeah.
it seems to work good with skin tones and it gives me the right exposure. Fortunately, the program that I use for putting all this show together allows me to change exposure, color temperature, all kinds of stuff. So you can get lost. I
Okay.
mean, you can go down a rabbit hole with this program.
Yeah. 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 Normally I got a light right here, but I don't have it plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in this is normally my music room where I join your chats in. So, and I have a photography office downstairs. So, but I kind of wanted to build that up just a little bit before
Yeah.
I start using the room.
What part of Hamilton do you live in?
So I'm out Mount Hope Way.
Okay.
Yeah, so near the airport, kind of, I'm on a rural property. I'm not in the
Okay.
subdivision that's there. So, but yeah, that's where I am.
All right. Well, that's good. Okay. Good to know. Anyway,
Yeah,
I've really enjoyed the photographs you've shown me this evening and to others here. So
yeah.
I appreciate it. And I know I didn't really promote tonight's show. And I think, as a reminder, I think I'm going to start reminding people on the day of, on Wednesday, that there's a event tonight. And just, because nice weather and everything else, people tend to forget they're outside. I don't blame them. But
Yeah,
uh, but I'm going to keep it going nevertheless,
yeah,
because I'm just determined, and
yeah,
and I don't think I'm after anything from YouTube as far as 10,000 subscribers. Uh,
yeah,
that I can't ever see that happening because I think to do something like that, you've got to constantly be on and you have to be showing different things. And I think that if you're a talent in any area like music, like singing, like dance, there I think you can start gathering a following, especially if you're unique. Like one of the things I really enjoy listening to is some of these Gaelic singers. Um, that have these sea ditties that they sing, and they use all the uh, makeup from the Druids and stuff like that. I think I like that. And there's one guy who just got his 10,000 subscribers, and I don't know what they call that dance, but he does this kind of robot dance, and he's
Oh, is
and
it
he's
that
re
crab dance? Is that the one?
yeah, I don't know what they call it. I think they have a name for it, but um, he's really, really good at it. He does it to music, right?
Yeah,
So I love
yeah,
that kind of stuff. Talented
yeah,
people.
yeah. So I'd encourage you to keep the show going. Like everything takes a while, right?
Oh, it
So
does. It does.
yeah,
And I'm not particularly worried about it, and I'm not monetizing it. Um,
mhm.
what I've been thinking about, though, is because it's about photography, I've been thinking about dropping along Nikon or Canon and saying, "This is what we're doing. Would you like to sponsor it?" And and that might help. Um, or even if a local store like Bell Art wanted to sponsor a night or a year, 52,
Yeah.
you know, sessions, and then they would have their little ad on here too. Um,
Yeah.
but one of the things that I will be doing is emailing the last few years of students that I've had and letting them know this is on.
Yeah.
Now, when I first started it, I did an email, so a lot of people came out, but then I didn't keep pursuing that. So I'm going to do it again, and I think what I'll do is on a weekly basis, I'll email the link. Period. Not with a lot of graphics or anything because people don't want more junk mail to read. So it's just going to be the link and what the theme is for the night, and that way they can just have a quick glance at it, know what it is, whether they want to come or not. I've only had one person that because I send it out on Messenger on um, Facebook messengers, and I've only had one person in 1 year that said, "Don't send any more of these to me," which is fine. I don't want to
Yeah.
bug people, but it's easy enough to not send certain people things.
Yeah.
But for the most part, everybody that I've sent it to is interested in photography, and a lot of them they give me a little heart or a thumbs up, but they never show up, and that's fine too, because one of these
Yeah.
days they will. You know, something will hit
Yeah.
them, and they'll say, "Oh, that looks interesting," and they'll come out. But the other thing is, and it's probably the same with you, that your videos on the day that you actually, I don't know if, while you make your videos, edit them, and then put them on. I do them live.
Yeah.
Okay, even the videos that are little lessons, I do those live. So I don't do editing or anything like that. I might edit the beginning and the end in YouTube because I find that's convenient to shrink the end and shrink the beginning if my title was up too long or something like that. But the thing is, I do it live, then I don't have to edit, don't have to worry about it, nothing, um, because I kind of plan it out. This is what I'm going to show. This is what I'm going to talk about. I even have a um, what do they call them? Teleprompter.
Okay.
So a lot of times I can actually put point forms down to make sure I stay on topic, right? And then I'm looking at the camera all the time. So the only thing I'm lacking, which I want to do, is have a downward facing camera on my desk here so that if I'm showing something on a camera, I can switch to that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah.
So,
And
I
actually,
was we got a
go ahead.
few people on YouTube that just came on.
Oh, yeah. Hey, welcome people on YouTube. Actually, the interesting thing is, you guys on YouTube, you're quite welcome to come in. We usually have this program from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and we're almost at 8:22. And because we're not formal, so if somebody wants to talk or ask about photography, then you're quite welcome to do so. And this video will be there on YouTube later on too, if you want to watch it. That's what I was going to say to you, Steve, is that a lot of your people that are building up your audience are people that watch it later because it's the wrong time of day for them. For example, if they're from a different country. So yeah.
That's right. So, and
Uh,
YouTube gives you stats too of where, like, age range of people and where they come from. I got a lot of people from overseas that actually been watching my videos.
Yeah, I've got somebody that just came on here a little while ago. I'm going to put their good
Yeah,
evening, this side
yeah,
towards screen. I love that. Where are you
yeah,
from? Where are you from, sir?
yeah. They just posted that not that
Yeah,
long ago. And I found out the delay time. I forgot to tell you this.
10 seconds.
It was like it's 27 seconds.
Is it 27 tonight? Oh
Uh,
my God. Usually it's around 10.
yeah, last week when he was doing the train
Yeah.
images, the person just south of Boston, they're joining us from.
Well,
Okay, Boston, Ontario,
yeah, yeah, good question. Boston,
Massachusetts.
Ontario,
Okay.
or
Yeah. Wow.
Massachusetts? Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for dropping in. I know you probably didn't catch Steve's uh, show and tell, but you can go back in the video on YouTube and have a look at it. Typically, we're on here at 7 o'clock and we go till 8. We've got some neat things coming up in the future in wildlife photography as well as painting with light. We've got some great photographs that somebody has taken, painting with light using LEDs and so forth. So they're going to be here on the 27th of May and on the 20th of May. I'm going to have the wildlife photographer who does underwater photography, but some of his photography is kind of unique where he's halfway underwater, so you see the fish underwater and then you see the landscape up above it. It's kind of like two worlds. But he's taken a lot of photographs of fish, amphibians, and even some shots of octopi. I guess that would be right for plural. Anyway, thanks for dropping in. Let's see. Oh, okay, Super 8. Geez, I'd love to see that. Uh, I don't know your name, but I tell you, if you're around on a Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I'd love to have you show some of your work on our channel here, because that's what we do. Most of the people that attend my channel here are on Zoom, and that's where you'd have to be in order to interact, like Steve is interacting with me right now. But then, you can talk about your work, and I'd love to see some of it, especially the Super 8 stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. And you say
Yeah.
analog, so film, obviously, you're shooting film too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
if you're interested in doing that, I'm just going to type because I don't think I put my email in this time because I was so fast on trying to get things going. I'm just going to put my email in now for this channel. And if you're interested in becoming a guest, I'd love to have you. Make sure I spelt that right. Yeah. Sometimes I'm so fast on the keyboard that I misspell everything.
Yeah.
That's not being fast, but so
Yeah. Cool.
if you think you'd like to come, yeah, I'd love it. Show some of your work. Do you have um, a YouTube or Instagram that you'd care to put up here so that I could have a look at you? I'd love to look at some of your work if you have anything posted. And I have to keep remembering I have to wait 20 seconds for a response.
Yeah.
Or did you say 27?
Yeah.
Really,
At
almost
least
half
that one last week.
half a minute. I'll have to look at um, I can look at my streaming speed here and find out if there's a problem with that, but I don't think there should be. Sometimes I can stream at a lower quality and then it's faster, but I'd rather, for the photography and stuff like that, I'd rather have the higher quality, and so be it if it's 20-second lag. I think the shortest time I've ever had was 10 seconds. So hopefully that's the case now. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so yeah.
There we go.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm going to have a look at your YouTube channel, and fantastic. Okay. Now, do you have a name, or I'm not going to go to the YouTube channel now. I'll do it after we close off here. But do you have a name you'd like to be called, so that when I text you or send a message, you can let me know. Again, I've got to wait 27 seconds
Yeah.
before you get that message. And now I don't know if yeah, here we go. Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeffrey. Okay. That's better than calling you this side toward screen. So, Jeffrey,
Yeah.
thank you. I will be in touch with you, and we'll have a little chat and see if you would like to be one of our presenters on my channel. I teach photography at Mohawk College, so mostly my students and ex-students are the ones that come here. But we have had people from the U.S. and from other countries come in occasionally. I think a lot of them view it at a different time, like we were just talking, because it's inconvenient for them to be here at 7 o'clock our time, whereas where they are, it might be 7 in the morning, or it could be. I just
Yeah.
have to change a couple of things here. Well, batteries are getting a little low. Okay, are you still getting my voice? Yeah,
Yep.
good. How are these earbuds for a microphone?
Um, so today I can hear you pretty good, but I've noticed in the past sometimes the audio isn't as good as your computer microphone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to switch to my computer microphone. You can tell me right now if it's better or worse. Okay, so let's see if I can. Let's see. Mic. Uh, MacBook Pro. Okay, so this is the earpiece, and now I'm talking on my computer mic.
Yeah, it's much better.
Much better?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Jeffrey just sent a
all right.
message there.
I guess it all depends. I don't know. Um, hmm. Because I've been using the earbuds, thinking that maybe the computer mic might have a little bit of an echo to it.
It's funny, there is like a little bit of an echo, but it's the clarity's better.
Oh, okay. Well, if the clarity's better, that's something. I think that's
Yeah.
important to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got another hoarder of cameras. Yeah. Steve, meet another hoarder.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a whole case full of them down in my basement. Some of them
Uh,
still have film in it from 15 years ago.
wow. Are they still in the original box?
No. Just my like storage tote. That's
Yeah.
what I keep them. So it's funny, I've bought cameras that are like ancient, that have ancient film in them still, and I've sent them out to get developed. But unfortunately, over time, the film degrades. Like a lot of, like if I buy them at a flea market, chances are these cameras were sitting in a storage container for God knows how long, decades. So I found a couple interesting pictures on a few of the rolls, but
Yeah, I'm sure.
they were old, like 1960s and 70s.
Do you have any Nikons?
Me, no. That's no, not me. Just
Okay.
Canon, and I have old Minoltas, and there's a couple other brands I have too. Practica. You ever heard of?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I've
got
heard
a
of that
got completely manual, completely mechanical SLR, and it's a
yeah,
really good camera.
because I've got something that's interesting here. Ever seen one of these puppies? It's for
Yeah,
Nikon though.
yeah, battery grip.
Yeah. And I was
Is it
thinking,
better or is it extra
pardon me?
film? It's battery, right?
Yeah, it's battery. Yeah.
Okay. I thought
Yeah.
maybe it was one of those new uh like a digital thing for a film camera. I thought maybe that's what it was for a
No, no.
second.
This is a film winder on here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is for the F Nikon F4. Yeah. Anyway, I've got the
Oh,
Nikon, but the shutter is stuck on it. Everything else works, metering works, everything works. I don't know why the shutter's stuck. But anyway, I'm probably going to see if I can get that repaired. If not, then I'll give this to a collector.
yeah, cool.
Okay, well, Jeffrey, we're going to call it a night. It's 8:35, so considering we started at almost 8:30, I think we still got our hour in. Thank you very much for joining us. We're here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And I'll make sure, Jeffrey, that you get a notice of who the guest speaker is or what we're going to be talking about. And I'd love to have you on and show some of your collection and show some of your images. So you got to stop collecting, do a little bit of shooting too.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah. Uh,
So I was going to say, George, do you ever promote your show on the story feature on Facebook or Instagram?
no, should I?
Okay, try recommend trying that too. A lot of people go to the stories these days because sometimes things get lost in the news feed and
Yeah.
whatever else, right? So so yeah,
Okay.
it's the same as uploading a photo. It just you put it in your story and it expires after 24 hours. That's it.
Yeah. All right.
So,
I'll give that a shot. Thank you very much for the pointer, Steve.
yep, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, good night, everybody. And so I'm going to finish this off with my usual thank you. But oh, wait. First of all, give me a like. Of course, everybody has to like a like.
Yeah,
And if it's within your ability, subscribe, please. And then you can be notified of any upcoming guest speakers and any other important things that relate to photography. So you're always welcome to come. And there we go. I just want to make sure I've got audio. Do I still have audio? Yeah, I still have audio. Good. Okay. Good night, everybody. And thank you very much for